So we all know in the NFL draft there always tends to be players that each team will trade up to go and grab. So today's episode, I'm going to talk about some guys that I think the Minnesota Vikings should have some interest in trading up to get if they feel like they're going to fall a little bit closer to where we land at number 12. Now, trading up isn't always the best option for some teams because you're going to lose draft picks other than gaining them. Um, moving back, you'll always get some type of a pick, even if it's most likely a late round pick or something like that, depending on where the team is coming from to get your spot. Um, but right now, I am so tired of the last regime trading back and gaining a bunch of 6th round and 7th round picks and all that other crap. Just drafting guys that would have been UDFAs if they didn't draft them, so they can actually have the chance to sign those guys other than the bidding for undrafted free agents. I understand the process of doing that, man, but most of those guys don't even tend to last on the team, on the roster, do training camp, or anything like that. So it annoyed me. But right now, we're going to talk about some guys that I see as options for trading up for. And the number one option, and listen, pie in the sky, right? This is just fantasy fan crazy talk. Kyle Hamilton, the safety from Notre Dame. Some people peg him as the best player in the draft. I actually was watching tape on him last night, and dude is huge. Not only that, he is really athletic. He hits pretty hard. I see why people look at him as the best player in the draft, and most people have him drafted as number 2 to the Lions, but I don't think that the Lions are going to draft a safety that high, even though it was the Detroit Lions. The last safety drafted pretty high was Jamal Adams, and we've seen what that happened. He was traded before his rookie deal was even up. So I don't really think that they should do it, even though he might be the best player. I think if you're sure you can get him at somewhere in the top 5 and somebody else wants one of those edge rushers, Aiden Hutchinson or Kayvon Thibodeau, slide back a few spots and then get your player, gain some picks, and then get the guy that you want. But if he goes past 2, I don't know where he ends up going, because I don't have the draft order in front of me, but it doesn't look like the teams that are after the Lions actually have a huge need for safety. I am a big proponent on best player available, but also these teams are bad too. So do you think a safety is going to change your fortunes that much on defense? I think it makes sense a lot for the Vikings, for the simple fact that Harrison Smith is getting up there in age, and you don't have another safety. Xavier Woods is gone. Now, I am a huge fan of Cam Bynum, who came in last year and played pretty well, and maybe the new staff is as well. But if you could plug a Kyle Hamilton in, and then this next offseason get rid of Harrison Smith and let Cam Bynum and Kyle Hamilton start and have a young safety tandem, I can understand that. That'd be nice. So my whole thing is, if Kyle Hamilton falls to about 5, if he gets to 7, that'll be my target spot. If he gets to 7, 8, I'll be making phone calls. Like, all right, man, I gotta get this dude. Like, I have to get this guy. We'll see what the compensation might be, but that depends. It depends on if they like him as much as I do. But then again, we'll see. The next guy on my radar would have to be one of these cornerbacks. Derek Stingley Jr. I did a video recently about these guys. Or Sauce Gardner. The more and more I think about it, I think most people are going to have Sauce Gardner number 1 because of the injury history that recently Derek Stingley Jr. just had with the Liz Frank injury. So it's, like I said before, it's a Liz Frank injury. It's sort of serious, but in the case of him, according to the medicals and everything, he's going to be completely fine. But it's the foot. right? It's a foot, and people always worry about those type of injuries, lower extremity injuries. Very much scares some guys, and we'll see. Sauce Gardner, I think, is going to go in the top 10, maybe top 6, top 7, something like that. And I believe once he goes, the teams are going to be fighting for Derek Stingley so they can get one of those guys. And I think the cornerback run right start right there, which I believe Stingley goes after Sauce. There's no doubt in my mind that Sauce is going to go number 1. I just felt like, for my liking, I watched Derek Stingley a lot more in the SEC. So that was why I chose him. But I totally love Sauce Gardner. I have no problem with anybody drafting him first. But at the same time, I think they're gonna go back to back, and they might go two, three picks apart. Then I think that the next one is the cornerback from Washington. His name is slipping my mind. It's crazy why his name is slipping my mind, because I just watched film on him last night. I actually went to the Michigan and Washington game this past season, and I wasn't really paying too much mind to the defensive backs out of Washington, but they were pretty good. I couldn't tell the difference between who and who, but they're pretty good. My next guy that I think may fall to the Vikings, to be honest with you, at 12, but with the defense they're running, I think, and how so explosive and quick this guy is at his position, Jordan Davis, the defensive lineman for Georgia. I watched him against my Michigan Wolverines. This dude is a monster. Dude is huge. I remember watching the game and saying, like, this dude, like, our offensive linemen have to block this guy? Like, he is huge, man. But I just said that just in case, I don't know any other player that I would jump up to see to try to get other than those three, 4 guys, because I don't see most guys that are elite falling. You know what I'm saying? In this draft, one of the offensive linemen, I don't believe they're going to fall. Kayvon Thibodeau seems to be the guy that may fall a little bit, 5, 6, something like that. But that's not a fall. That's just, team needs. One of the receivers are going to be there at 12. One of the top 3, top 4 receivers they're going to be there at 12. It is what it is. Will the Vikings go receiver? Now, if you're asking me, if all the cornerbacks are gone, and I don't feel like I need an edge rusher, I'm not drafting Tyler Linderbaum at center here. So I would probably go either Jordan Davis or a wide receiver at 12, because I do believe Jordan Davis will end up being around 10 to 12. I do. So, yeah, I would sneak up and grab one of those receivers if they feel right to me. Jamison Williams from Alabama, Garrett Wilson, Drake London, any of those guys, I have no problems drafting. But yeah, we'll see, man. But those are the guys I think should be on your list of people who you should draft up for, and Kyle Hamilton, the cornerback Sauce Gardner, Derek Stingley Jr., Jordan Davis. Those are the guys that I think are on everybody's boards of, if they fall anywhere near me, I might go and grab them. So yeah, man. I'll see y'all next time. I have another video coming. I want to say Tuesday, I believe. Tuesday, Wednesday, man. So I'll see y'all next time. Peace.